So now we're going to look at the best way to measure a window. First point, best thing to use is a metal tape measure rather than something else. Second point, we're looking for the wood-to-wood measurements. So that's from the inside of the frame to the inside of the frame, and also for the drop from the inside to the inside. In terms of your measuring, we make all the deductions required in the factory, so all you need to give us are the hard up wood-to-wood measurements. So if we're doing a top measurement, place your tape on one side and push hard into the other corner. For your top measurements the same, tape in, and we're taking the hard up measurement. So in terms of the wood-to-wood measurement, we always favour a millimetre, rather be two or 3 mils short than 2 or 3 mils long. So the measurement for this window would be 1957. That's 1.957 metres. So likewise, the drop for this window, the hard up wood-to-wood, would be 1255. So that's favouring a mil, you can see. So that's 1255. So also when you're taking the measurements of a window, obviously on a new window like this, generally 2 measurements is best for checking. So take your top inside measurement and your bottom inside measurement, and take your drop on the left and your drop on the right. However, in older windows, in bungalows and places like that, it's always good to take 3 measurements minimum, sometimes more, because windows have a tendency to sink in the middle. So take your outside measurements for the drop and potentially a couple of measurements along here as well, because they can vary by up to 10 mils. So with measuring the older windows, always make sure that after you've taken those measurements, if you've taken 4 measurements, you always take the shortest of the measurements that you've taken. Always the shortest. So if you're measuring some of the older windows, or windows where you have a mullion, where the bracket is going to be protruding past the frame slightly, sometimes up to 20 mils, you want to make sure that the pelmet runs past those brackets so that we don't see them. So generally, if you have a bracket that's protruding, ask us to add 15 mils extra onto your pelmet so that it runs past your bracket, making it look neater. So, and with that, that's 15 mils total to the length of the pelmet, because that's all you need to cover both ends. So the only pitfalls you can have in a lot of these windows are handles and window catches. So again, on a lot of old windows, you'll tend to have those sort of banana-shaped catches which protrude quite far into the frame. So you just need to be making sure when you're measuring whether you can get clearance to pass those, otherwise your blind's going to be banging up and down and catching on these catches. Obviously a lot of these window catches can be changed, so in some ways these ones here, these long sort of banana ones, can change for a telescopic catch, but those are the things to be wary of with older windows.